Right now, somewhere near you, a baby is crying. Maybe it is down the hall. Maybe it is through the wall. Maybe it is on a video playing on someone else's phone across the room. And even though that baby is not yours, even though you have never met that baby, even though you have absolutely no reason to care, something inside you flinches, your jaw tightens, your shoulders lift, your attention snaps toward the sound like a compass needle finding north. You did not choose that reaction. It chose you. And the reason it chose you is far stranger and far older than you think. Your brain is not reacting to a baby. It is reacting to a signal so ancient, so precisely engineered by millions of years of evolution that no amount of modern life has been able to dull it. A signal that once determined whether the group survived. Because here is what most people never stop to ask. Why does a baby cry at all? It seems obvious. The baby is hungry. The baby is cold. The baby is uncomfortable. And yes, all of that is true. But the mechanism behind the cry, the reason the cry is physically impossible to ignore, is not about comfort. It is about survival arithmetic. A newborn human is, by almost any biological standard, shockingly helpless. A foal can stand within hours of birth. A sea turtle navigates the ocean alone within minutes. A human infant cannot lift its own head for months. It cannot feed itself for years. It cannot survive a single night without another human choosing to keep it alive. That is a problem, an enormous evolutionary problem, and crying is the solution. Researcher Paul Turk, writing in the 1980s on the evolution of infant helplessness, argued that human babies were not born helpless by accident. They were born helpless because the human brain grew too large, too fast, for the birth canal to keep pace. The skull had to exit earlier than any other primate. What emerged was not a finished creature. It was something closer to a prototype. And a prototype cannot advocate for itself with logic or language. It can only make noise, but not just any noise. The cry of a human infant sits in a very specific acoustic frequency range. It peaks between 300 and 600 hertz, with sharp, irregular pitch shifts that are neurologically almost impossible to habituate to. Most sounds, if you hear them long enough, fade into the background. Your brain stops flagging them. Traffic outside your window becomes invisible to your attention within minutes. A baby's cry does not do that. Psychologist Michael Esposito and his team at Oxford published research in 2017 demonstrating that the human brain processes an infant's cry in a fundamentally different pathway than it processes other sounds. It activates the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, a region tied to urgency and motivated action, within 100 milliseconds. That is faster than conscious thought. You are already responding before you know there is a sound. And it does not matter whether you are a parent. It does not matter whether you have ever held a baby. The response fires anyway, because the response was not designed for you as an individual. It was designed for the group. Think about how your ancestors actually lived. Not in houses, not in apartments, in small, mobile bands of between 20 and 50 individuals. Bands where everyone knew everyone. Bands where the survival of any single infant was a shared concern, not a private one. In that world, a baby who could only alert its mother was a baby with one line of defense.